right, so I went to the meat market and I got myself 2 pounds of ground chuck, and it's very lean. So I like to use the lean meat. I don't like the greasy meat unless I'm making burgers. So that's one tip. Do not get greasy beef. Ground beef or ground chuck, try to do the 90, all right? Or if not, 96 if possible. But anything below 90 is gonna be pretty heavy for your stomach. All right, you can always add olive oil or avocado oil, but let's just stay away from the fat. All right, so I already pre-greased my pan. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. The first thing I wanna do is chop up onions, all right? We're gonna dice these up, cook this with a little bit of garlic, and then I'm gonna add some seasonings. The seasonings I'll be using will be cumin, black pepper, paprika, garlic, and I will be adding tomato sauce. And in here I have chipotle peppers, and my sister made her own sofrito. If you know what sofrito is, you go girl, you go guy. This is a combination of peppers, garlic, I believe parsley, culantro, a bunch of herbs and spices. Just look it up. It's typically a Puerto Rican sauce base that they use for their Puerto Rican rice. If you ever had Puerto Rican rice, then that's the sauce that they use. So it's homemade. She made it herself. I had it in the freezer. It smells delicious. Oh my God, it smells so good. I can eat it up with a spoon and some chips, but I am not. So let's go ahead and get this started, okay? I'm gonna grill some of the onion and then add my meat in there. So let's go ahead and do that. Here we go, so you can see the onions. So when you're cutting your onion, be careful to not grab your fingers. And this I learned from, I went to an art school for a few years, and I had friends that were in culinary, and they just said, just roll your knuckles back and use this, right? So you're gonna be cutting, and this is how you're gonna be cutting, on the side of your knuckles, right? So you're holding the food with your fingertips on the back, but you're just pushing the knife, right? And I do this too. This is just to keep it from falling off, but you can, yeah, accidentally slice a piece of your skin, but try to keep it away as much as you can. And then just keep chopping away until you get them as small as you want. Different directions. Scoot it back in, keep chopping. That looks good. We'll go with that. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, let me go this way. There you go. It's gonna be super hot, so you're gonna hear that sizzle. Listen to that. Ooh. You can use more onion if you like. Because I'm going to saute it, it's gonna taste delicious. You don't have to do this. I have plenty of years of practice. But anyways, I have a spoon here somewhere. Or, yes, we do. All right. Garlic. Let's throw some garlic in there, guys. Can't waste any time when we're in the kitchen because it's very time consuming. Not too much. I did like a teaspoon. Why? Because it's strong too. Because the sofrito that I'm going to add in there later has plenty of garlic in it. Some paprika. That is about, oh God, I just threw it in there. 2 teaspoons. Let's just call it 2 teaspoons. A teaspoon and a half of black pepper. We're gonna do 1 teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoon of cumin. All right, flavors are infusing, okay? Oh, it smells so good in here. You have no idea. Okay, we're gonna add ground beef. I have 2 pounds. I'm not gonna put the entire thing. I'm gonna do about half. Let me do 1 pound. Because I wanna make this spicy, and my daughter doesn't like spicy. She could barely tolerate black pepper. So Definitely do not want to make it too spicy for her. All right. I'm gonna break it up. Stir it up. This is gonna be a very quick meal, especially, check this out guys. Make your white rice the night before. This is gonna be our ground beef, chipotle ground beef. That's its name, all right? See, I'm working and going with the flow. I'm gonna add hot sauce. I made homemade hot sauce yesterday. So I'm gonna add that. I'm gonna add sofrito, and I'm going to add the chipotle. This can be blended, or if you get the one that's already pureed, you just add a few tablespoons of it. And it's only to give it some smokiness, because you don't want too much. The flavor's rather strong, but I like the flavor that it gives when I make chicken fajita, which is gonna be one of the dishes that I'll show you later on. The meat is cooked. See that? Well seasoned. You can always taste it for salt. Make sure that it's nice and flavorful. Here in the mini blender, I have tomato sauce and 2 chunks of the chipotle. I am going to incorporate some of the frozen. It's still not thawed out of the way. So I'm gonna break off a chunk. And this blender is gonna do miracles. You see how it's full of little specks of seasoning in there? That's gonna give it a lot of flavor. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. So we got tomato sauce, water, chipotle, and a little bit of the sofrito. Because I added water, I'm gonna do another pinch of salt, okay? Let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna blend it, okay? We're gonna pour this in there. I'm gonna turn the heat back on. I had turned it off earlier because I didn't want it to overcook and dry up the meats and the sauce that, or the broth that creates when you are sauteing the meat. And we're just gonna let it cook for another 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Oh, I was gonna mention the rice that I said that we needed to have prepared the night before. I have it right here. Right? Making a mess. But it's minute rice. So to make your life a little easier, you'll cook rice in 10 minutes. And if you wanna cook the authentic, you know what? My favorite is jasmine rice. I just bought a bag. Let me show you the one that I got. I got a good deal on it today. But I rather use this Mahatma brand, but whatever, I got whatever was cheaper. And this is 5 pounds and it'll last me for a good amount of time. But because I was a little lazy yesterday, I cooked the minute rice, and that's what I'm gonna use for this meal prep. Only because I don't wanna have that rice go to waste, but I would rather prefer the jasmine for a warm meal. So whatever's left from this, I can always give it to my daughter with soy sauce. That's her favorite little snack for the after school. But anyways, we will finish plating this. It's ready. It looks redder in person. It almost looks like, if you remember growing up eating manwich, that is the consistency you will get out of this platter. And you can, if you want to, garnish with a little bit of cilantro. Interesting. It is definitely full of flavor. Not hating it. So, if you like chipotle and you like it spicy, do 2 little chunks. If you don't, do 1. And if you don't like too much flavor seasoning in your meat, your beef, exclude your sofrito and only add all the other ingredients that I added, like tomato sauce, paprika, cumin and whatnot, and salt. But everything else, to me, with some tortilla chips, maybe some black beans on the side, that'll hit. I mean, it's however you want. You can make it into a burrito. You can make it into a rice bowl, which is what I'm planning on doing. I'm gonna have the base with the rice, and I'm gonna plate it. So let me show you. All right. First off, I'm going to pour the rice inside this dish because it's going to be a meal prep, so I'm going to put it on the bottom, so it's going to be my base. And now I'm going to add the meat on top. Okay, here we go. So I got the rice, and now I'm going to go ahead and put the meat right on top of the rice. Here we go. It is ready. And like I said, garnish some cilantro on top and you'll be good to go. Here's your meal prep. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen. Well, thank you for joining us, my little munchkins here today. Say bye.
Bye.